Hello, everyone. Hope that you are preparing this afternoon for entering Shabbat, as we have been saying for now 175 days, that we seek to put as much shalom as we can into our Shabbat as we enter the Torah portion this week of Tzav. And Tzav is it's very interesting. Tzav has in it the Tzadi and a Vav. It's root letters for a word that we know very well, which is mitzvah, which means commandment. And so there are a lot of rules and commandments in this Torah portion. It's the second Torah portion in the book of Leviticus, and it specifies a lot of the micro details of the sacrificial system that Aaron and his sons need to know. In fact, the text opens up by saying, "Vaydaber Adonai Moshe," and God spoke to Moses and said, "Tzav et Aharon, command Aaron and his children," so on and so forth, and it talks about the burnt offering and different types of offering, and then all that stuff. That's how the Torah portion starts. So, "Vaydaber Adonai Moshe le'emor," God spoke to Moses and said, "Tzav et Aharon," sort of command Aaron to engage in these various processes. That's what the Torah portion is about. Sometimes the way the world works and how the Torah works along with the world is just incredible. And I will tell you that looking at the phraseology of the first verses of this week's Torah portion, the ones that I just read to you, and God spoke to Moses and said, "Command your brother," essentially, in following these commandments. Now, why doesn't God speak directly to Aaron? Why go through Moses? And maybe it's the conversation about types of leadership. That Moses was the ultimate leader. He was the official, if you will, regular leader, and Aaron was the religious leader. He was the one who was in charge of all of the ritual items that we'll learn a lot about as we enter this book, since we're only in the second Torah portion. And then yesterday, one of the most interesting things happened, for maybe ever, in crazy precedent in Israel. And that is a landmark decision Thursday night. Israel's High Court of Justice ruled to halt a significant state funding amount, already all state funding, to the Haredi yeshivas, to the Orthodox yeshivas. The ruling addressed an ongoing, extremely contentious and very complicated conversation and issue about military exemptions that were put in place for the ultra-Orthodox, meaning if you're ultra-Orthodox, you didn't have to serve in the military. And so they made the decision last night to halt funding to many of these Haredi, these Orthodox yeshivas. And so it is now going to be an ongoing dialogue in Israel. This, by the way, affects right and left and left and right. If you might know about the government, there are a lot of right wing Orthodox people in Netanyahu's cabinet, and so behind me is this image of a soldier, sort of arm in arm with a Haredi, and it is a complicated photo because the dialogue is now going to be had about the balance that has been brought up for years about whether the Orthodox should serve in the military. And clearly the military says yes, because we're defending our country no matter what. And the ultra-Orthodox are saying we're defending the country by study, by knowing text. And so I'm not obviously going to say, well, right is right or wrong, left is right or wrong, but I think that the dialogue is very important. And I think on this Shabbat particularly, where the Torah portion begins talking about ritual, but not going right to the person in charge of ritual, but going to the leader is interesting, on how the leadership dynamic is also playing out in Israel now, in terms of, should the Haredi be forced, like everyone else, to serve in the military, or is their worship also contributing to the safety, let's say, the collective of Judaism? Something for us to think about on this very complicated Torah portion and Shabbat. So I will leave that to you. Studying further, by the way, Tzav tonight at services, and tomorrow tonight as usual, 6:30. Tomorrow at 8:30 with our Torah discussion regarding Tzav. But on the Shabbat, I ask us to continually to connect to Israel in every possible way, but also research this. Do a little research if you have not already done so, and check on this very fascinating situation in Israel, where we hope that we continue to put as much shalom as we possibly can into our Shabbat, and we look forward to seeing you soon.